There. I'm Celine Williams, and I'm the author of 5 books on parenting. I love to talk about how to have a great relationship and to build trust with your children. I almost said people of all ages, basically, but in a family, you know how difficult it is to start conversations. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is how to start those conversations about having a bucket list. Okay, so I know everybody's heard that phrase before, right? Bucket list. Typically, you think about a bucket list when you think about you're getting ready to kick the bucket. I think that's where it derived from. So I'm getting ready. I'm at the end of my life. What have I not done yet? Well, forget that. Let's break all of those notions and let's talk about a bucket list for the summer with you and your kids. Now, if you have really young kids, then your bucket list will be age appropriate and you will have to decide for them. So if they are 5 years or younger, then you set the bucket list and you make it fun. If they are school age children, anything from 6 through 12, then make it a joint experience. And certainly if you're dealing with teenagers, then you've got to let them drive the ball and you kind of follow it, right? So I have put together for you a little bit, and I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. So I thought we could talk about my version of the bucket list. And what I love about this bucket list is that it might look like something that you'd have for just adults, but it doesn't have to be, right? So maybe you are a blended family and part of the family loves animals and the other part does not. So you might have to make it make the bucket list something that the kids and the adults that love horses and love being out on the farm or out in nature, you have an activity for them. And then those that like to be inside, you play games, board games, maybe you visit a haunted house. Yes, I'm still talking summer, by the way. If you like to be outdoors, maybe the family, depending on the size, you ride a hot air balloon. Or maybe if everybody's athletic and able to do this, you prepare for marathon. Now, the marathon does not have to be the 26-mile marathon, okay? It could be a half marathon. My sister and I did that. We had a lot of fun. She did not want to run. I had not practiced running, but we finished the race. So we did 13 miles and we walked, okay? Not recommending that, but just saying it's possible. Depending on the age of your children, if they are older teenagers, maybe it would be exciting, a great bucket list item to jump out of an airplane. Now, I have no desire. I am afraid of heights. So I would be on an airplane flying by as you guys jumped off. But I'm just saying that that's something that could be on somebody's bucket list. Maybe you like to climb hills together, okay? Now, I initially started to say climb Mount Everest, but I'm talking about the summer and it's very hot. And I understand that people really need to climb that at a time when they are staying hydrated. And there's a number of them, not just children and adults, but like a nice group. So I stayed away from the Mount Everest, but climbing hills might be something that you enjoy doing. And it could be a bucket list for some of you. Bungee jumping, the same thing. Again, not recommended for anybody under 13, maybe 14. But again, depending on the excitement and what you guys really want to achieve, that might be a great bucket list item. Driving across country is probably much safer and calm, but depends on the temperament of who part in the family who's doing it. So you might have some new drivers, and I don't mean like, well, I guess I do mean it. So maybe your new drivers, maybe your new 16 or 17-year-olds who are starting to drive, you give them an opportunity out in the country roads where they get to practice driving, because you know they have to have a certain number of hours in order to get, I think, to go from their okay, help me here. Well, when I was going to school, we got a permit. and you had to have a certain number of driving hours in order to get the license. If that is still true, then driving across country would be a lot of fun. If you even have seasoned drivers, you guys could tell stories to each other. You could stop in certain towns. Maybe you do a map of where. So look at my map here. I've got a map. Maybe you're traveling across country, and so you're going to stop here, and you're going to visit this landmark, and you're going to stop in another location. And so by the end of whatever time period you set, you have seen a number of places, and you put them on the map, and maybe you have postcards from them, or magnets for the refrigerator. But it's a great conversation. And of course, for those of your children that have to write essays at the beginning of the school, what did you do over the summer? They've got plenty to talk about. And then the final thing is, it depends on what kind of income you have to work with, what kind of time you have. But I always suggest traveling to a foreign country. You really don't know about yourself or what you like or don't like until you travel outside of the country that you live in, right? So you get to meet people, see their customs, what kind of standards they adhere to, their eating practices, religious practices, everything. There's so much to learn when you travel to a foreign country. So all of those things, and there's loads more that you could do. But I thought this would be a great way for you to have some family time, to bond, and to have that bucket list experience. So I will stop sharing. I am Ceylin Williams, your Ms. Parent Guru. Follow me on social media. I am on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as Ms. Parent Guru, one word. You also can find me at my website at Ceylin Williams, that's Ceylin with two N's, Williams.com. And reach out to me and tell me what you did. If you traveled across the country, if you climbed mountains, if you stayed in the backyard and built a new garden with your kids, let me know what that was. Bye now.